Every 4 years, Brazil experiences a collective collapse. Offices stop, lines form at newsstands, and serious adults celebrate pulling a Vinicius Jr. sticker as if they just hit the lottery. The 2026 album is the largest in history, nearly 1,000 stickers to collect. With packs now costing 7 reals for just 7 pieces of paper, completing the book has become a high-stakes financial pursuit. But the 60-year partnership that built this industry is over. FIFA has announced that Panini will lose its exclusive rights to Fanatics and the Topps brand after 2030. Before this physical tradition moves into a purely digital future, we have to look back at how a tiny Italian newsstand turned a sugar-coated marketing gimmick into a global multi-billion-dollar standard. In 1950, when Brazil first hosted the World Cup, player photos weren't in dedicated albums. They were included as free prizes inside packs of balas figdol, sugar candies that kids treated as secondary to the paper inside. Children began buying the candy just for the pictures and throwing the sweets onto the sidewalk. It became a public health crisis as kids living on the street began scavenging the discarded sugar off the ground. 11 years later, in Modena, Italy, brothers Giuseppe and Bruno Panini were running a newspaper kiosk. They realized that fans were desperate for a way to collect the faces of their idols, even if they didn't have a factory or a printing press. To make the hobby viable, they had to ensure no pack was predictably identical. Umberto Panini, the family engineer, adapted a butter churn into a randomization machine, solving the problem of immediate duplicates. The Paninis had successfully commercialized the fair chase. By mechanizing randomization, they ensured that every collector had the same mathematical chance at finding the rarest stars. The 1970 World Cup in Mexico was the tipping point. Panini launched its first international album and introduced self-adhesive stickers, removing the need for glue and transforming the book into a holy grail for collectors. Innovations followed every 4 years. For Spain '82, they introduced shiny, metallic foil for team crests, turning the discovery of a badge into an obsession for Brazilian fans. The system wasn't perfect. In 1998, a licensing dispute meant Panini never printed the Iran team stickers. Hundreds of thousands of collectors were left with permanently incomplete albums, creating a massive secondary market for update sheets. Despite these gaps, the hobby took deep root in Latin American households. Completing an album became a multi-generational project, a bond shared between parents who collected in the 70s and their children today. This influence reached even American sporting legends. Growing up in Italy, Kobe Bryant famously collected Panini soccer stickers long before he became an icon in the NBA. The value of these collections extended beyond the paper. The albums functioned as a catalyst for a massive social ecosystem of schoolyard negotiations and street corner trades. Today, the operation is an industrial juggernaut. During the 2014 World Cup, Panini's factory in Brazil was printing 40 million stickers every single day to keep up with the world's most active collector base. That growth came with friction. Pack prices nearly doubled for the Qatar World Cup, causing severe delivery delays that forced Brazilian consumer protection agencies to intervene. Now, as Fanatics takes the license, the hobby is migrating towards apps and digital trading cards. The era of the physical mass-market sticker album is entering its sunset. A digital interface cannot replicate the tactile imperfection of a sticker placed slightly off-center, or the time capsule quality of a book that ages alongside its owner. While the corporate contracts are changing hands, the legacy of the Panini album remains. It is a physical archive of childhood, a shared, paper-thin history of the world's game.